Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing okay and having a great day today. This is Dr. Bagley. On today's show, number two is how he shows his trust. And I think the reason I wanted to do it this way is because I've been counseling as a psychiatrist or a counselor for over 20 years, and quite honestly, you ladies, you just don't get it. So I want to talk about trust. The woman trust, man trust, but more importantly, let's focus on the man's trust and how you ladies have misunderstood or construed how he is. And I hope after we finish this, you have a better understanding to help yourself, your relationships, and so on. Okay, the key of understanding, let's start with the woman. The key of understanding that we as men already know. We know that you're looking for a companionship. You're looking for security. You're looking for all of that within that, from provision, sexuality, please listen to me. I mean, there is nothing a man don't know when it comes to the woman, and that idea of how we can express onto you trust. And a lot of guys are manipulating you in believing that they are for you, with you, and then they turn out to leave you and you're wondering what the heck just happened. I thought we were together. We have a baby, we have relationships, we have this, we got together, and all of a sudden you're now leaving me. Why? And the reason why, ladies, is because quite honestly, you never knew what he wanted from you. And a lot of women don't. So, let me give it to you. When you ladies want a man, automatically you're seeking out, searching security, companionship. A man don't care about neither one of those things. He doesn't care about security nor companionship. He wants to have sex, don't get me wrong, but he wants to have sex. That sex is not companionship. That's just sex. He will be very happy sleeping in a couch, in a garage, eating cold pizza though. That's what he will be comfortable in doing. He is a man. He's primal. Don't let his academics, don't let his skill, don't let his profession confuse you. That's his form of providing provision, if you will. That's the form of him in his mind going out fighting. He fights every day, and in return of fighting or hunting, he's supposed to bring back some provision. And that provision is what we call his job. And that's what he's designed to do. That's all he knows to do, and that's all he cares to do. He doesn't care for companionship. He cares for partnership. But his partnership is not your companionship, because there's two different things that he and you are looking at. Companionship is security. It's a secure, let's get together, let's hold on together. Partnership for him is death. That's all it is. Let me explain. Let me give you an example. We know about this Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, in the very beginning, the Ukraine president said, from 16 up, you're not leaving, you're getting a weapon, and we're fighting. Women, children, elderly, leave. Okay, that's primal. That's how he thinks. That's primal thinking. And because that's primal thinking, you have to treat it as such. Now, let's examine the primal thinking from the president of Ukraine. Not to call him primal, I'm just saying this is psychological stuff we're talking about. The men is designed to go to war. I did not hear none of you feminist women out there saying, why are you letting the women go? The women should stay and fight and all that other stuff. No. When we have war, I'm talking about war. No one from the United States or anywhere else has denied or conflicted with the idea that the men should stay and fight. We're all talking about no one should die, but the whole point is no one said anything about the man should stay, fight, and die, and the women, children, and elderly leave, so they are safe. No one discussed that. Discussed that. No one argued with that, fussed about that, nothing. You know why? Because that's human nature. That's how it works. A man will die for a woman, and a woman should be able to die for the children and the elderly, the parents. In understanding that primal nature, that man, if he feels like you're worthy enough to die for, he will stay with you forever. And that's the problem, ladies. 90% of the men that's out there in today's time do not feel like you're worthy enough to die for. And that's where his trust is at. He provides not for you, he provides for the family. Let me give you another example. Remember back in the days, and I know if you're young, you probably haven't heard this, but if you're a Southern person, you probably really heard this. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, meaning the food you provide. The way to his heart is the food that you provide. The way to his heart is the food, but it's not the food by itself. It's not the fact that you know how to cook and you cook very well for him. It's the fact that you cook for him and you will cook for the children. So when he goes out to war, his trust is in you, that if you are being provided with some provision, that you will then know how to cook for the family, and the family will survive. That is his primal thinking. This is the definition of if you know how to cook, or getting to his heart is through his stomach. A man's trust is trusting you and the context that you are going to take care of the children and then our parents. And if you don't have that in your man, if you can look at your man and you can say, excuse me, and you can say, I don't think he would die for me. Not what he say, but what he does. I don't think he would die for me. Then you already know. If you have a man and you're cooking and you're doing the right thing, and yet he gets on social media and you're flirting and you have all these other guys after you and hearting you and all these other things out there, then you already know. He may trust you enough to be with you, but not trust you enough for death. Therefore, there's a question in his mind about the trust. And if there is no trust, then ultimately there's no relationship. A man is going to set himself up and have women chase him because he's seeking, he's searching. He's seeking and searching. And if he is seeking and searching and he's with you, then that tells you you don't have him. You just don't have him. And if you find him seeking and searching other women, why are you arguing with him? You just automatically should know you don't have him. But the question comes, how do I keep him? Well, let's go in that scripture that we had last week. How do you keep him? If you don't have children, the best way to know how to treat him is the number one thing. Have your own. Go to your own job, do your own thing, take care of your own nails, take care of your own hair, take care of you. Have something for yourself. If you don't have something for yourself, he feels like he's going to take care of you. That's not a problem if you can do number two. If you don't have anything and you don't have children and you ask him for some money, make him know that the money's not for you, that you're taking care of you and the family. If you don't have children, there is still a way for him to know that, honey, thank you for this money. We're just going to save it for our future. We're going to save it and put it in a savings account for our family. We're going to put in a savings account because part of this right here, we're going to contribute to the poor and needy. Oh, by the way, I'm not working, but I'm going to go to the shelter and hang out with those guys and girls that help out the poor and needy. I'm going to go to this and I'm going to help out the needy. I'm volunteering for this and that and the other. You need to let him know that you're all about caring for someone else. Excuse me. And if you don't have children, that is the best thing to do. If he gives you something, don't make it about you and go out and help somebody else. If you are working, then also volunteer and contribute to helping someone else. That gives him the strength and the confidence that you're a caring, kind person. Okay. If you have children. Number 3, if you don't have children. Number 3, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. Get some cookbooks. Go on your phone and look at, other than social media, look at some recipes. Honey, can I have some money so I can go buy these things so we can cook? I can practice how to cook. And if he's that kind of man, he'll cook with you. But if he's not that kind of man, show him that you're trying to cook, that the money's not for you, it's for us. Come on over, eat with me. This is what I cook. What you're trying to do is show evidence that I go to war to die. You're going to stay home and take care of the children. And if need be, you're willing to die for the children. That's what he's looking for. That's where his trust is laying there. So if you're not working, or even if you are working, do your thing. Number 2, go out and look at someone else, find someone else, shelter, somewhere that you can volunteer to help a couple hours, whenever. Number 3, learn how to cook. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That means psychologically, in his primal thinking, he's thinking, if you know how to cook, that means when I go away to war, that you'll go ahead and cook good food, and our children to eat good. There ain't nothing better than a man who knows that a woman knows how to cook and the kids are getting fat. Now, if you get too fat, then we're going to go on an exercise program. Okay, that's different. We're not talking about that. Number four in this whole scenario, give him thanks that he's going out and warring. Give him thanks that he's going out and warring. Those 4 things, and depending on other things, I'm not just saying that's all in all, I'm just saying those 4 things are the top 4 things that you can give to your man without children. If he sees that in you, you're an attractive woman, and I'm talking about attractive in the sense of you know how to dress for the public, and you're not being too flirtatious, and you're not too sexy, and you're sexy in making love in the bed, because there's a thing that we want you to look one way out in public, and you can look another way at home in the bed. He then knows that what he's doing is not in vain. He's going out working hard. He's making his money. It's a struggle for him. It's a struggle for everyone. And when he then provides it, that provision is not in vain, meaning it's going to you or only you and so on. Okay? That's what he doesn't want. He wants to know that his life matters. What he does matters. What he provides matters. And it may not be at your standard, ladies, especially in the beginning of a relationship. But as long as you keep praising him and lifting him up, he's going to do better and better and better. So that is how a man trusts a woman. He's looking for a woman that if he goes to war, when he does go to war, that he knows that you're the woman that's not for yourself, that your life is dedicated for the provision of the children and the parents. Because if he dedicates his life for his family, you dedicate yourself to the children and the parents. That is a partnership that he is looking for, that if he finds this type of woman, he then will give his trust to. And in return, ladies, if you get him to trust you in that manner, he will dedicate himself to you. You will have your companionship. Thus, you will trust him to have the companionship. And the key of understanding is if you respect each other, not love each other, respect each other. And the reason I say not love each other is because respect is greater than love. Because if you can't respect someone, then you can't love someone. And if I can't respect nor love you, then I don't trust you. Then there's no relationship. So I say, if he finds this in you, and you find him in an ability to provide at a certain standard, then you guys come together. I guarantee you that's long term, as long as you respect each other. As soon as he finds that you violated him, done. You're just done. You're just done. And as soon as he violates you, ladies, we know the same thing. We know the same thing. So we're not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize this companionship, partnership, this trust. And the only way it's going to be violated is if one or the other disrespects one or the other. As long as we're respecting each other, and as long as we have growth and other things, you can count on this relationship being long term. And that's a good thing. That's a good start. Trust in a relationship is a good start. Respect is an excellent glue to keep it together. Okay? Let me look at my notes real fast. All right. Perfect. So I think that is what we can talk about today. And again, I apologize. I would love to hear and have a live discussion with you. Maybe next week we can do that. Please let me know down below what you guys think about what I'm saying, and I'll pick it up and we can move on to the show number 3, and we'll move on into a better, happier relationship. All right, guys, this is Dr. Bagley. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know down below. And if you're on the YouTube channel, please subscribe, and so you guys can get another ping. I'm doing this on Facebook Live, but I also put it on YouTube for my partners and in YouTube. And again, if nothing else, have a great day, week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.